wanted to. The concern was the possibility of running out of fuel. Skip Ball leads the crew, working from the right side of the right front tire.
He had a problem with the gun on the right front.
That's right, Tom. He had a problem with the gun. Still is 13.8 is Eddie Cheever. And Robbie Unser finally makes his way back on the pit road in Eddie Cheever's team car.
Another one of the two Rachel potato chip cars. Look at Ari is struggling to get back to speed.
He might have lost another gear in that gearbox. We talked about the gear problem he had earlier. That car doesn't look like it's going to move.
Well, the last time he really dumped the clutch. High revs, got it out of there. It's not working this time. Ari Leindyke, see him reach down, go for the gear shift.
Hey, Paul, here's what happened. As you and me and Tom suspected, you can't run those clutches and slide them the way they have. The latest on the radio from Ari Leindyke is that he thinks he has cooked the clutch.
Well, you can run without some gears in the gearbox. You can't run without the clutch. Now will they go yellow for Ari Leindyke?
Well, he's got a spot there. He could pull it off and maybe get out of the way, but...
looks like he might be planning just that.
No, it actually looks like he's going the other way.
I thought he was going to turn out there, and so they could come out and pull him back in. He's not going to do that. So Eddie Cheever picks up the lead. Davey Hamilton in second. Rookie Steve Knapp in third. The yellow comes out for Eddie Cheever, the 9th of the day. Or for Ari Leindyke, the 9th yellow of the day. He got just a few feet beyond the area where he could have been pulled back in and then pulled off onto the grass. The defending champion. Well, now the question will be Eddie Cheever. How long will he stay out? He was originally scheduled to come in for pit service on that lap, but with the slowdown with the yellow, he'll be able to stay out a little bit. What incredible luck for Eddie Cheever.
Well, it's the fate of the 500, Paul. I mean, just things go your way sometimes, and some days it's not your opportunity.
So Eddie Cheever stays out as the yellow comes on. John Paul Jr. is now one lap off of the pace.
Come on, let's go faster, faster. He's really driving us. He's killing us. I'm pulling away from you. It helps, though. I don't think I could do it on my own. I know. This is the longest I've ever stuck with a workout program. Now they say motivation is the key. You can do it. Come on, you bunch of bodybuilders. I don't see any sweat.
No wonder you can never get a bike around here.
This is what you're working for.
Before I quit smoking, I asked my doctor, is Nicorette gum safe? And he said, to quit smoking? Of course Nicorette gum is safe. Smoking is not. People smoke to get nicotine, and they get carbon monoxide and tars, which are deadly. Smoking is the danger. Nicorette can be a big part of the solution. Nicorette lets you use nicotine when you need it to help you overcome your cravings. Don't hesitate for a second.
Nicorette gum helps you fight your cravings, your habit, your way. You can do it. Nicorette can help.
Why is America on America Online?
America Online is the internet. Email is the best.
No more computer mumbo jumbo.
I send instant messages.
Type in the keyword, boom, you're there.
America Online now offers more benefits than ever before. And we've spent over $500 million to triple capacity.
It's incredibly easy. Everyone in my family gets their own email address.
AOL has parental controls.
24-hour customer service.
If I can do it, anyone can.
America Online, so easy to use, no wonder it's #1.
Some of the most admired cars you'll see are owned by the guys who know cars best. ASC certified master mechanics. And the #1 brand of motor oil they use in their own cars is Valvoline, makers of Durablend, the leading semi-synthetic for a cleaner engine due to better control of harmful deposits. So use the oil the guys who take care of your car use to take care of theirs. People who know use Valvoline. Take the wheel on the new Valvoline website. It's worth the ride.
With AT&T One Rate International, it costs $1.82 to make a 14-minute call from the U.S. to Canada. With 10321, it's $2.80. With AT&T One Rate International, it costs $1.50 to make a 10-minute call from the U.S. to the U.K. With 10321, it's $6.40. Surprised? 9 out of 10 calls from home cost less with One Rate International without dialing extra digits. And that could make a world of difference. So give us a call today.
Practice, practice, practice.
It's a juicy, sexy murder trial.
And you'll know why.
I'm just prosecuting her because I don't like her outfits.
Practice makes perfect. ABC Monday.
ABC Wednesday has been called the best night on television. Why is that? Because we've got star power. Then again...
Does Tony know I'm mostly gristle?
Maybe it's not so much star power as star funny. Spin City and Darman Gregg, ABC Wednesday.
Back in Indianapolis, the magnificent aerial shots are provided by Goodyear and its aerial ambassador, the Stars and Stripes. There she floats high over the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and you will notice that is a blue sky. For the naysayers who said that this race would not be gotten in today, though they were probably well supported in that if you would have seen the rain come down very early this morning. Well, the average speed of the race, 141.3 miles an hour. But the green race summary, well, it shows that the average speed is at 142. The degree race summary, 142.026 miles an hour. Looking at two different computers there. There's the real number, 142. And out after 150 laps. Too long a list at Indianapolis. Let's go to Gary.
Paul, you talk about the little things that win and lose races. Here's a very significant piece of debris that they cleaned out from the left side pot in front of the radiator of John Paul on that last stop. As a consequence, the stop was long at about 17.5 seconds. But the 3 seconds or so it took to get in there and pull this out certainly could make the difference of him being able to finish and contend in this race. So this was a big save for the Pelfrey crew on John Paul Jr. Jerry?
And this caution a break for Eddie Cheever. They had called him come in the time that next lap by, and the caution came out. Cheever came in and was going to make a front wing adjustment. They're trying to trim the car out in traffic, said he had a push in traffic. When he found out that Lyondike was the reason for the caution, he said, guys, leave it alone. He's the guy who was going to try to trim it out and catch. Now, leave it like it is. We should be just fine to the finish.
And that's very interesting, Paul, to see that he thought he was going to have to get the car exactly right as far as handling was concerned if he had Lyondike and more competition. With Lyondike out, he figures he's got enough. He can go a little more conservative and still get the job done.
Here we go, green once again. There is Eddie Cheever, that blue and black car, number 51.
You see him run with the stickers on the tires still. It takes a couple laps to get those things up to temperature and scrub the stickers off the brand new tires.
Cheever, Lazier runs in second. Then rookie Steve Knapp. Then Davey Hamilton and John Paul Jr.
Look at that move down inside by Lazier. 3 or 4 wide, dropping to the inside.
He's under Jack Hewitt, comes up behind Dr. Jack Miller. And under the heading, you want to be lucky or good, Eddie Cheever has been both as we watch Buddy Lazier leading the race and then got a yellow at exactly the right time to make a pit stop under that yellow.
Was that Jack Hewitt, the yellow car, right behind Lazier? Hewitt is getting a little racy late in the race.
The joy of so many short track fans, Jack Hewitt. Had a tough time making it into the race. Crashed once, spun once, still made it into the Indianapolis 500. Currently runs in 12th. Buddy Lazier, the 1996 winner, overcame the problem with his fractured spinal cord.
There's Cheever there.
And here comes Lazier. That's the interval, first to second. Just a little over 1 second.
Well, it's 1 second, but if you look on the computers, Lazier's running a little bit quicker on the last couple laps.
At the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the 82nd running of the Indianapolis 500. 158 laps of the 200 are now complete. We've had 9 different caution flags today for 47 of those laps. That slowed the race down just a bit, but slowed even more was the simple fact that there was rain in the Indianapolis area, and it delayed the start by nearly 40 minutes when they finally got the race underway. And the LPGA Skims game will be coming on right after the Indianapolis 500. Eddie Cheever is the leader. In second place, just 1.1 second back, is Buddy Lazier, the 1996 winner of the Indianapolis 500. And rookie Steve Knapp, look at him. Knapp in the fluorescent car trying to do battle with Buddy Lazier. It's a fight for second place. Let's go to the pits and Jerry Punch.
Well, Buddy Lazier's teammate, Johnny Unser's, had to call it today. Johnny, what put you out?
Well, I think we lost the motor. I'm not really sure, you know, but I'm pretty sure the motor let go. It's unfortunate, you know, because the car was good. We were pretty much where we wanted to be. We were running in the top 10 on the lead lap, and the thing let go, and the car was really coming to us. So now I want to see Robbie hang in there, and I'm glad to see Buddy up there in the front. So, you know, I got to just cheer them on right now.
Tough day for one Unser anyway. Let's go to Jackaroo.
Well, Larry Lyondike, we've documented the clutch problem on your Radio Shack car, but let's talk about the drivers that are still out there. You've run against all of them. Who do you think has the advantage right now?
Right now, I think Eddie Cheever is pretty strong. John Paul Jr. is running really strong, but, you know, my car just got really, really good. And if I was on my own, the car was just flawless. A little bit of pushing traffic, but, you know, it was still pretty early in the race. But I knew sooner or later the clutch was going to be a problem.
Well, think about this. He only needed one more stop with that clutch, and he could have gone the distance.
That's the kind of difference made between victory and failure at Indianapolis so many times, time and time again. Well, John Paul Jr., who's been a leader of the race, is now in danger of going a lap down to Eddie Cheever. Eddie Cheever is making mincemeat out of the rest of the field.
Cheever, they've got this thing hooked up. They didn't make any change in the last stop. That's always a good sign when you get the car where you want it before the very last stop, because that can put you in or out of the money.
163 laps. We're now into the final 100 miles of the Indianapolis 500. And Eddie Cheever, the leader, followed by Buddy Lazier and Steve Knapp. John Paul Jr. sitting just in front of the leader, the only other car on the leader lap.
Paul's actually hustling his car pretty good. He can't afford to get a lap down, obviously, so he's trying to keep Eddie behind him. Eddie just got a great run off that corner, though.
And here is Eddie Cheever and gives a little wave to John Paul Jr. as he puts him one lap down. We'll return with more of the Indianapolis 500 after this message and a word from our ABC station.
People say in the town of Flatwoods, the most exciting thing to do is sit around and watch the paint dry. Especially when it's Behr Premium Plus only from the Home Depot.
It's going on so smoothly.
Nice color.
It's 100% acrylic.
It's like putting a plastic shell on your house.
And since Behr has a lifetime guarantee, these people know they won't be seeing this much excitement again for quite a while. Behr Premium Plus, the premium paint with a Home Depot price.
This is a flat tire, and so is this. Goodyear Aqua Steel Run Flat. Even with no air pressure, you can drive up to 50 miles to safety. New Aqua Steel Run Flat, only from Goodyear.
If your car's sluggish, or you sometimes use a lower quality gasoline, pour a bottle of Techron Concentrate Fuel System Cleaner in your tank. Then fill it with gas. Get the performance you paid for with Techron Concentrate from Chevron.
Brace yourself for our own Deep Impact. Let's go! America's funniest home videos.
We're not laughing at you. Yeah, we are.
You won't believe what hits you Monday on ABC. ABC Wednesday has been called the best night on television. Why is that? Because we've got star power. Then again,
I'm going to be doing my victory dance.
maybe it's not so much star power as star funny. Drew and Ellen, ABC Wednesday.
This is Bo. Hi. Bo drives the 13 Listens race car. Bo drives the 13 Listens race car really fast. And if you want to see Bo go, you've got two choices. See the whole race every Saturday at Langley Speedway, or catch the highlights with the Bo Report every Sunday on the Sunday Sports Special at 11:15 on Channel 13. Either way, see Bo. See Bo go. Another simple suggestion regarding water conservation. Check for leaks. You never know what you may find. A message from the Hampton Roads Water Efficiency Team, saving today's water for tomorrow's Hampton Roads.
Skymax 13. Maximum accuracy, maximum coverage.
The 82nd running of the Indianapolis 500 continues on ABC's Wide World of Sports.
The blue and black Rachel potato chip car number 51 of Eddie Cheever just clicked off a lap at 210.3 miles an hour as the leader of the Indianapolis 500. You see Cheever there, then an intervening car, and then the 91 car, that purple and yellow machine that belongs to Buddy Lazier. And now looking back for third place of Steve Knapp. He drives the number 55, a rookie at Indianapolis. John Paul Jr. really turned the pressure on, ran about 211 miles an hour the last lap, but of course, just before we went away, you saw that he went one lap behind the run of the race.
Well, he's going to try to get that lap back, and I don't understand why his speed's fluctuating so much. The speed, we indicated the leader's running 210. The real key to that is second and third place are running in the 209 bracket right as we speak.
Matter of fact, that's exactly the number that they ticked off on the last lap. While Eddie Cheever is still running at 210.2, so he only fell off a tenth on that last circuit around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, 2.5 miles. Davey Hamilton, a lap behind the race, is in fifth. So is Scott Sharp. 2 laps back is Robbie Unser and Kenny Breck. 3 back, Michener, Yaley, and Stefan Gregoire.
But how about this story? This Knapp kid has done a tremendous job. 23rd to 3rd. That's a pretty good effort. After carburation day, he was very concerned about pit stops. They calculated everything. He was having a little trouble hitting his spots. They got one more stop to go, Paul.
Now, we do expect the stops to come almost any time now. We can take a look at that fuel window. Look at them. The top 3. About 5-6 laps away, they should all be in here, if not sooner.
Well, they've got one stop left. They can go somewhere between 25 and 31 or 2 laps, depending on what the combination is. So they can all do it easily in one more stop.
They all pitted back about the 154th lap. Jack Root?
Well, let's tell you one of the reasons that the crew is telling me that John Paul ended up going that lap down. It seems that the yellow light that we tell you about that's for information purposes only on the dashboard, remember we've talked about it in our Pep Boys IRL track packs, well, it inadvertently went on, must have been mistakenly keyed by a radio transmission, and John Paul backed out of the throttle. As soon as they realized the yellow wasn't out, he got back in the throttle, but he'd already gone a lap down. Look for John Paul to pit in 5 or 6 laps.
Emphasis on how important it is to understand that the technology is being offered you. That light system brand new, and everyone has made the point advisory, primarily as an advisory situation. Too bad for John Paul. Jerry Punch?
Checking on the fuel window for the first and third place cars. First, Eddie Cheever. A lap ago, his window opened up, so now if we were to get a caution flag or anything would have happened and he were to pit, he could make it the rest of the way. Owen Snyder says they will not opt to pit until lap 180 to 182. Now the third place car of Steve Knapp, talking with Jim Frazier, likewise this time by, their fuel window opened up, so they're okay on fuel, but they may not pit to lap 182 to 185. Let's go to Gary Carroll.
And I think we'll see Buddy Lazier long before that. They haven't given us a specific number, but it looked like Ron Himmelgarn giving 4 fingers to the crew just moments ago. That would make it 175. Now, Buddy, on the last stop, they made a change. He didn't want the change, we're told. They've been trying to balance the car since. He's been fighting a push. Now it looks like we're 3 laps away from Buddy Lazier's final stop.
And, of course, for all of those, that would, in fact, be the final stop of the Indianapolis 500. 172 laps now complete. We're working number 173. And Cheever slowed down quite a bit. 206 miles an hour on the last lap. And a little note to our local stations, we will be doing a run-over station break here coming up in just a bit.
Yeah, actually, Lazier's a little bit quicker than Cheever the last couple of laps, so I don't know if that's Cheever in traffic or not, but it's interesting to see if Buddy's going to be able to close this gap.
Pace for Cheever came back up to 210.2 miles an hour. Might be getting a little bit of a toe helping him out there. So Eddie Cheever is the leader of the Indianapolis 500 on the 174th lap. We'll be back after this from our local stations.
On the wonderful world of Disney, the story of two friends who were closer than humanly possible.
I love you.
Andre, ABC tonight at 7, 6 Central.
All across Hampton Roads, when the sun goes down, the news goes on. And in May, 13 News at 11 brought you exclusive 13 Listens investigations you couldn't find anywhere else. Stories you needed to know. Stories the other stations just didn't have. 13 News at 11, where news means just that. New stories, new angles, new information. Not a rehash of the same old thing. Find out what's news tonight. 13 News at 11.
This is Bo.
Hi.
Bo drives the 13 Listens race car. Bo drives the 13 Listens race car really fast. And if you want to see Bo go, you've got two choices. See the whole race every Saturday at Langley Speedway, or catch the highlights with the Bo Report every Sunday on the Sunday Sports Special at 11:15 on Channel 13. Either way, see Bo. See Bo go.
Channel 13 salutes the Admirals championship season.
The 82nd running of the Indianapolis 500 continues on ABC's Wide World of Sports.
Well, just a moment ago, the yellow light flashed on once again at Indianapolis. You're riding with Greg Waugh, who slowed down on the front stretch. And here is the reason. Greg Waugh certainly it. Look at that. Whoa.
Well,
and he kept going.
Well, he got way out of the groove, and he was just trying to inch it around the corner, and finally got up the marbles, and the thing did a couple tail slappers. You can see he's missed the groove. For some reason, he's way up high. He's just trying to get to the corner. He gets a little marbles just on the exit, and the thing does a little tank slapper, and he slaps the wall.
You know, Scott Sharp was working past him there, and he saw the debris, paper debris on the front of his car as he slapped it up against the wall. And despite the fact that the no pit sign is out, at least one competitor is going to find his way into the pits, and that's your early leader of the race, Greg Ray.
Many laps down, so it can't hurt him.
Don't forget, after the Indianapolis 500 here, next on ABC Sports, the J.C. Penney LPGA Skins game from the Stonebriar Country Club. Well, it has been a most interesting Indianapolis 500. A great deal going on all up and down the top of the order. Most of it focused on the front of the field. 176 laps are now complete. And the assumption would be, we showed you the fuel window a moment ago. You've heard the report from the pits that the three leaders of the race will all peel off and head for a pit stop as they come around at the conclusion of this lap. And that stop for all three would also take them to the end of the 500 miles and turn this from an endurance run into a sprint. And just as we suggested, not just the leaders, but it seems everybody has taken this opportunity to roll down onto the pit road. The 51 car is the leader of the race, Eddie Cheever.
Well, they bunch up in the pits. They're all trying to get to their pit box.
There's second place, the 91 car of Buddy Lazier. And Steve Knapp would be the other. Here's the first two. Eddie Cheever down on your lower left, and Buddy Lazier upper left.
Cheever out first. Good, clean, fast stop for Cheever.
He's almost too fast for Cheever. Boy, that was a good stop. Lazier. And he's away. Boy, traffic coming out pretty quick. Speed limit in the pits, 100 miles an hour.
And John Paul is having trouble in the pit lane. They're pushing him. I don't know if it's going to catch or not.
So John Paul Jr. struggles a little bit to come out as the rest of the leaders, Lazier, Cheever, and Knapp, make their stops. It should now be a run to the 500th mile at Indianapolis.
Don't let a flat tire put you up against the wall. Even with no air pressure, Goodyear AquaSteel Run Flat drives up to 50 miles to safety. New AquaSteel Run Flat.
a snowflake falls at the far end of history. And that snowflake, we'll call him Steve, winds up as part of a droplet of water. And one day, that droplet, Steve's droplet, could wind up in a brewery where a man you'll never meet discovers the perfect temperature to frost brew beer. And like that, Steve is in a Coors Light can, and then a tray, and a cup. And now, he's here with you. So I ask you, gentle stranger, do not spill Steve. Coors Light!
You need a muffler. And you need it now. Right now, at participating Midas shops, the famous Economizer Plus muffler is just $29.95 for a limited time only. $29.95, and it's guaranteed. So get into Midas now for a great muffler for just $29.95. Before it's too late.
Troy Aikman is back to pass. He's looking, look out. Oh, Aikman goes down.
He had a man wide open. What was he thinking?
Brute, it's all part of the game.
All right, guys, same play.
Does Tiger know Jack? Find out when the PGA Tour's best meet on Jack's course. The Memorial Tournament, Saturday, live at 4 on ABC.
The Pet Boys Indy Racing League now in the closing laps of the 82nd running of the Indianapolis 500-mile race. The yellow light is on at the moment. We expect a green flag when they get over on the front stretch. You look down from the Goodyear blimp as they head behind the Corvette pace car to turn 3. Jeff Ward, as he came past the line, was in front of the field, but you can see that Eddie Cheever, the leader of the race, there he is the second car in line, and then there are 2 cars separating Cheever from Buddy Lazier. So it will make for an interesting restart as we look at the lineup at the 178th lap mark. Of course, remember, the race changes so much in its complexion in these final laps. Seldom is the leader with 10 laps to go, the leader at the finish. Green comes out. Cheever easily handles up Jeff Ward.
You see Lazier looking for a spot underneath. He doesn't have enough of a momentum to carry himself on by. In the short shoot, he'll go underneath.
So Lazier finally gets rolling up. He runs in second place.
In traffic, the orange car, you see Davey Hamilton looking for a way to get around. Yellow's back out.
And again, no obvious indication as to why. Well, that certainly could be an indication.
Look at the fuel.
Jack Hewitt has the motor gone.
Look at the spray coming out of the back of that car, and he was right up in the groove. It would have been nicer for the other traffic if he would have kept that thing down a little, because there's a lot of fluid coming out of the back of that thing.
So 46-year-old rookie Jack Hewitt apparently has an engine let go, and that brings out the 11th yellow of the day and reminds us of how quickly things can change at Indy.
Does a car have instincts? Can it anticipate the next curve? One car can make you believe it does. With a patented steering and suspension system, you have the agility to outsmart the most elusive of roads. Get low 1.9% financing or great lease rates on Intrigue and all Oldsmobiles. Intrigue, a sophisticated twist on a sports sedan.
Race into Pep Boys, the official sponsor of the Indy Racing League. Take the checkered flag with great products like Deep Purple All-Wheel Care. It's a brand new product brought to you by the No Touch Company, designed especially for your wheels for only $5.99. And now Pep Boys has new lower prices on all Ray Vestas Pro Stop brake pads and shoes. Starting at just $9.99, get premium Ray Vestas Pro Stop pads and shoes that are good for as long as you own your car. That's right, as low as only $9.99. Pep Boys, official sponsors of the Indy Racing League.
Throughout the racing season, crews go beyond the call of duty to make safety first.
Which makes us all even more proud of the American Red Cross relationship with the Indy Racing League.
It's a relationship that's reaching out across America.
Bringing families to Red Cross programs that are saving lives and preventing injuries.
Give your family the tools needed to be prepared for emergencies.
Because we truly believe that putting safety first is putting your family first.
The Indy Racing League and the American Red Cross, keeping communities safe across America.
She never met a man so romantic, so sexy, so crazy. I don't know what I'd do if you left me. If you're a woman looking for commitment, don't fall for a guy who should be committed. Connie Sellecott, Gregory Harrison, A Dangerous Affair, ABC tonight.
Borg Warner Trophy, who's going to get this placed on the back of their car in about 19 laps? We're still under caution. Jack Hewitt was a lot more than just an engine.
Well, fluid came out and got the car sideways. Jack did a tremendous job of catching that thing. He definitely didn't want that kind of yahoo at this time in the race.
Yeah, 26 years of racing on short tracks paid off for Jack right there.
Well, he got up out of the groove, but I think that was the fluid that got him started. He did a couple tank slappers, but caught it.
Jerry Punch?
Well, Tommy, Steve, we don't see anything coming out of the car here. He sits on pit road. They fuel the car. They put 4 tires on it. And Chuck Buckman just said he got up out of the groove, spun it, but he's okay, and headed back down pit road.
Well, I guess I didn't know that fuel, if it came out of the engine compartment or the cockpit, but he definitely missed the groove.
So as we are ready for the restart, and again, perhaps a sprint to the finish of the Indy 500, Eddie Cheever, the blue and black 51 car, is at the front of the field, and then 2 cars that are not on the lead lap. Buddy Lazier, there's his 91 purple and yellow Delta Fawcett machine. He sits 4th back in that line. And then there are 4 more cars back to Steve Knapp, who currently runs in 3rd place. Already, Cheever begins to pick the pace up.
A big advantage to have lap cars in between you. It really helps you get away from that 2nd place car and keeps him from getting a big jump on you. But look at Lazier. He's right there. He got a toe. He's going to get by both these guys getting into turn 1.
Actually got a toe off Cheever's teammate, Robbie Unser. And now Lazier on the charge. Lazier in 2nd, trying to catch the leader onto the backstretch. Buddy Lazier's wife, Kara, watches from the pit area at the Speedway. Just got married last fall.
Buddy did a tremendous job on that restart. He had a couple cars in between him, and it could have been a lot uglier than that, but did a tremendous job, timed it just right, and the leader didn't get away from him very far.
Boy, he did. He knew exactly where he was going. Tom, we've talked time and time again as Buddy Lazier looks down, checks his dash, and continues his pursuit. We've talked about the advantage that being a winner gives you, some secret knowledge.
Well, yeah, it gives you a lot of experience, and that's what Buddy's using right now. These restarts and things are very critical. But the key for these guys right now is if Buddy got his car adjusted, got the handling where he wanted to, if he made the right adjustments on that last stop. Now, we're not sure if Cheever made any adjustments. Remember the stop before, Paul? Eddie decided not to make any change because he thought that Lyondike was the guy he had to race. But Lazier is right there on his back.
And Tom and Paul, Buddy Lazier pulled out all the stops as he came to this Indy 500. They went back and put the dog paw, reminiscent of the year that he won this race from his dog, Indiana, up on the tail fin inside the number 9. They also took his old logo, where he's a downhill ski racer, and put it on the side of the cockpit. They said, we'll take every little bit of luck we can get.
And Jack, we were here. You saw the shot of Kara, his wife, watching the restart. His father, Bob, a former racer himself, pacing back here. He turned and said, that was a champion's move.
Well, he's going to have to wag the dog a little bit in his last few laps to get this job done, Paul.
Scott Sharp was 5th. He came into the pit area and has climbed out of the car. We'll update you on that as well, but the battle is right here. 1st and 2nd at the Indy 500. 0.3 of a second separating them last time across the line. And then it stretched out to 0.8 of a second. Still both very much in contact. 213 miles an hour, the last lap for Eddie Cheever.
Well, they're very close. The key is who works good on a full tank of fuel and who's got the setup when they go empty towards the end of the laps.
Both cars are fueled all the way to the end of the race, as is 3rd place Steve Knapp. Davey Hamilton is 4th. Robbie Unser is 5th, but they are 1 and 2 laps behind the lead, respectively.
You might have saw Cheever coming off of turn 4, using up the whole racetrack. Very close to the outside wall, Paul. So Eddie's after it. He's chasing it hard.
Oh, once again, he turns a lap at 213.1 miles an hour, compared to Buddy Lazier's 211.6. mentioned Scott Sharp, Jackaroot.
Well, let's ask him, Paul, what put you out of it, Scott?
Suddenly on the restart, I went to shift up to second gear, and we had no gears. And all of a sudden, we had no gears, and I can't even go back to first or third or anything.
Paul, last year it was engines. This year it seems to be problems with the gearbox.
It's interesting, Paul, in the gearbox problems. There was really no clue that the gearbox were any kind of problem leading up to the start of this race.
And as we continue to watch this battle for the lead at Indianapolis, don't forget next on ABC Sports, the J.C. Penney LPGA Skins game, featuring holes worth $20,000, $30,000, and $40,000. But right now, it's the lead at the Indianapolis 500 that is in some dispute, though Buddy Lazier has not been able to keep pace with Eddie Cheever. There is Greg Ray, early leader in this run, who once he began to suffer mechanical ills, fell further and further and further back. He's now 19 laps behind the leader in 18th position. 213.8. Eddie Cheever is driving to win the Indy 500, picks up the pace.
It's the last segment, Paul. This is quick as we've seen him run all day, so Eddie has saved a little bit for the end.
Of course, a longtime veteran over from Formula One. There's the interval on the last laps. You can see Eddie Cheever running 213, nearly 214-mile-an-hour laps, is pulling it out. But what toll is it taking on his machine? Buddy Lazier has been right down at 209 miles an hour the last couple. Steve Knapp at 207. He's increasing still from 242 to 3.17. Eddie Cheever is driving away from Buddy Lazier.
Eddie told me during the week that he's sort of between girlfriends, Paul. He said he wanted to run real fast during the race and give him better odds to find a new one.
Well, let's remember, as they're getting ready to cross the 190th lap, Tom, that so many times he who leads 190 does not lead 200 laps.
He's got to run all 500 miles, and I'm sure Eddie's starting to listen for strange noises about this time of the race.
The car thus far has been absolutely flawless. Eddie dropped off a little bit on the pace at 212.2 miles an hour last time around.
Yeah, but still we got trouble.
This will bring the yellow out. That's Marco Greco from Brazil.
That looks like a motor problem, but now we're going to have the yellow. We're going to pack it up. We're going to have one more restart to see who wins this 500-mile race.
There is exactly the kind of situation that we suggested can change so drastically the final laps of the Indianapolis 500. We'll be back right after this.
I believe in the power of the beer vendor. That one man with one beer born in the Rockies can refresh thousands. I believe in the perfect pour. Frost Brewing. Cold beer, warm heart. I believe that the three most important words on earth are hay, beer, man. That if a vendor can't get you your Coors Light at its ultimate refreshment level, it's a darn shame. And I believe in comfortable shoes.
Oceans will rise, cities will fall, and an earth-shaking event will hit theaters everywhere.
It's Sprint's Summer Movie Spectacular. Switch to Sprint and land up to 8 free tickets to hit movies like Deep Impact or any other hot new movie every month all summer long. Get out of there! And you thought this summer was going to be boring.
Switch to Sprint and get up to 8 free tickets to any movie. Call 1-800-PIN-DROP now.
The 82nd running of the Indianapolis 500. This ABC Sports special presentation brought to you by Goodyear, innovators of run-flat technology. The Home Depot, where low prices are just the beginning. Budweiser, Beechwood Age for a crisp, clean, classic taste. And Valvoline, the #1 choice of ASE certified mechanics. People who know use Valvoline.
Back at the Indianapolis 500, we are still under the yellow. The stories from the beginning of the day, well, AJ's boys have not fared as well as he would have hoped. Team Menard's guys, not well at all, both out. Former champions, well, Harry Leyendijk is certainly in trouble and a spectator, while Buddy Lazier still has a chance at winning his second race. In the Rocky Road, Sharp out, Ray finally out, and Eddie Cheever running first. And no more seconds. Both Goodyear and Guerrero are out. Jack Arute?
Well, let's tell you the strategy that Eddie Cheever and Owen Snyder have devised. They don't have a problem with their fuel. So what they're going to do is they're going to use the gear selection between 5th and 6th gear. We've talked about it many times. On the restart, they'll bump up to the 5th gear. That's what you use in a passing situation when you want to have a little more speed. Snyder told Cheever, let's use that to put some distance between ourselves and Lazier. Once we feel that we're comfortable, we'll go to 6th and cruise to victory lane, Gary.
Well, let's check the strategy in the Lazier camp. Ron Himmelgarn, you've been here before, but what can you do in these final laps?
We got to have a fantastic start right here. We just got to have a fantastic start right here.
He gave you a great restart the last time, but in the open track, I mean, if he doesn't get on the restart, is it over?
Well, if we get in the front, I'm sure the track's going to get awful narrow.
Oh boy, does that set the stage, Paul?
It certainly does, and you're absolutely right, Gary. The Lazier restarts have been just spectacular today. And, you know, this time we do have the field in very tight contact. Now, as we cross the 192nd lap 12 times at lap 190, the leader at 190 has failed to win the Indianapolis 500. In each of the last 3 years, the leader at lap 190 has failed to win. I don't know if the numbers are working with or against Eddie Cheever at this point.
I know Eddie didn't want to see that last yellow. Believe me on this, that wasn't what Eddie wanted to see. He felt he had him covered. Now he's got to go through one more restart.
7 to go. Eddie Cheever under the yellow. Let's remember some of the other factors of this race. We've seen a number of gearbox failures. That kind of thing could certainly come on a restart. We've seen Buddy Lazier with great restarts, but we've seen Eddie Cheever with spectacularly fast laps, especially in the last 5 or 6 laps. He has been running faster than anyone else on the racetrack. It seems that Cheever is faster, but Lazier is getting better starts, and that sets it up. Then let's not forget Steve Knapp. He's the rookie in 3rd place. Jerry Punch?
Jim Frazier asked Steve Knapp, can you hang with him? He's going to 5th gear also. He said, I'm a rookie, but I'm going to do my best. I think we've got a shot.
You see Knapp back there, the black nose on that fluorescent car. He's going to have to handle up some traffic in front of him. But the last couple of restarts, he's done that pretty well.
Well, he has, but one of the traffic is one of Foyt's cars. Kenny Breck is right in front of him. He started in the front row. He had some trouble early, but he's going to be tough to get by.
Ready to go green once again. The pace car has already begun to accelerate. The mind game begins between Eddie Cheever and Buddy Lazier. This could be the key to the race right here. They both surge a little bit.
Look at them surging. They're trying to get him to brake check. This was a famous Bobby Unser move, actually. Get him to brake check. The old head fake and go on the basketball court.
Oh, the game is very definitely underway, and we're ready to put the race in play at the Indianapolis 500. Looking for the green. Look at Cheever. He sweeps way down to the inside. What a move to try and keep Buddy Lazier off of his back. 6 to go.
Well, he's actually trying to break the draft there, and I think he got the job done. I think once Eddie gets onto the back straightaway, that it's going to be very difficult for Buddy to hang on.
Eddie Cheever, the well-spoken thinking man's race driver. Not to detract anything from Buddy Lazier. So now we count down laps to the end of the Indianapolis 500. And the battle is quite simply these two men.
Again, Eddie moving around in the straightaway, trying to throw the draft off.
5 to go. Cheever 210 last time around. Lazier 2:08.5.
A little bit slower than when they were full of fuel. That's sort of interesting, Paul. They're actually running slower now that they're running the fuel out of the car than they did when they were on full tanks at about 2:12, 2:13.
Whoa! Eddie, that's what he did in qualifying too.
Well, Eddie uses up all the racetrack, and he's not giving that room very much room to the wall. I mean, there's an easier way to white wall those tires, Eddie. We got to talk about this.
Indianapolis.
Again, you can see Eddie is not leaving much distance between him and the wall on the exit of these turns.
Well, look at his teammate, Robbie Unser. He's not in the fight, but he's certainly getting racy back there behind Lazier. Steve Knapp in third place has not been able to get into this fight.
No, but Knapp's done a tremendous job. Here's a rookie that's come from way back and is going to be in the third position as we speak. Actually, interesting story, Paul. Steve Knapp's chief mechanic is Mitch Davis, who was Eddie Cheever's chief mechanic last year.
3 laps to go. Tampa, Florida's Eddie Cheever on the backstretch now. He's traveled this world. He's lived around the world. Speaks 5 different languages. Brought Owen Snyder over to help crew his car for this Indy 500. Owen, who has a lot of history out of Albuquerque with the Unser family. He brought a lot of knowledge. Indianapolis. Cheever pulls away last lap at 212 miles an hour. The lap before that at 213. Driving away from the competition, Eddie Cheever is on his way to being the 58th different winner of the Indianapolis 500-mile race. Next time around, there it is, the white flag, 2.5 miles to go for Eddie Cheever. The crowd standing, the crowd cheering. He can almost carry the car from this point. His final pass down the backstretch.
He'd like to get through 3 and 4 before he starts carrying it.
Final pass through the north end. Off of turn 4, down the long front stretch, screaming for the yard of bricks. Hand up, saluting the crowd. Eddie Cheever has won the 82nd running of the Indianapolis 500-mile race. Last owner-driver to win at Indy was A.J. Foyt in 1977. Now, Eddie Cheever is one of those. Last lap at 210 miles an hour, Jerry Punch.
Owen, they're celebrating Owen Snyder. Congratulations on a great, outstanding effort today.
I'll tell you, it was a team effort. You know, we made a mistake. Halfway in the race. It didn't affect us. We got back on our game plan, and what a team effort. I mean, I've got so many guys to thank, so many guys that have helped me 10, 15 years ago in my career, and I think I brought just a little bit to Eddie. Eddie used his experience today, and well, I'll tell you what, he was there. He was there all day. He was on his game.
Owen, thanks a lot. Head to victory lane for the celebration. 39-year-old Owen Snyder, his second Indy 500 win as a chief mechanic. Paul?
Second place, Buddy Lazier pulls up to salute the winner of the race. Owen Snyder, of course, helped Al Unser Jr. go to victory here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Today, he helps Eddie Cheever. And how about those people from Rachel's Potato Chips who got on board as a sponsor on an otherwise unsponsored car just a week and a half ago? They may be the happiest of all.
They sure might. Eddie says sponsors have got to be an extension to the team, and he's done a great job for him today.
Robbie Unser, the second highest place rookie, finishes in 5th place. He is, of course, the team car to Eddie Cheever. Cheever, Lazier, Knapp, Hamilton, Robbie Unser. Those are the top 5 at Indianapolis. And Cheever's just trying to find room to be able to make that left-hand turn into victory lane and the winner's circle at Indianapolis. This is going to be an incredibly popular victory at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The very likable Eddie Cheever. And he is savoring the moment, as he should.
It's fun to see the other teams out there giving the congratulations as he's coming down pit road.
Well, the peers, probably know better than anyone else what it takes to get to Indy, and moreover, what it takes to win at Indy. And they appreciate the accomplishment here today. And the Unser jinx, by the way, is broken on the 24th of May. Into victory lane for Eddie Cheever. And here with the Pep Boys winner's circle is Jack Arute.
Well, Eddie Cheever has toiled first in Formula 3000, then in Formula 1, and then in kart, and now in the Pep Boys Indy Racing League. But he also once said that it was a living, breathing organism they called the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. He gets the congratulations. The official Borg Warner trophy is being positioned on his rear wing. Triumphant as he is, Eddie Cheever, now calling Tampa, Florida his home, has come to victory lane. They say that Indy is a place that makes American heroes. And Eddie Cheever, you are the winner of the 82nd Indianapolis 500. Congratulations.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
He gets the congratulations of Owen Snyder. Snyder's been here before with Al Unser Jr. Eddie, let's go back to the start of the race. There was an altercation with J.J. Yaley, and we seem to think that maybe you were involved in it as well. Was it a close call?
I turned into one at the start of the race, and somebody bumped me from behind. The car went sideways, and I thought, oh, I don't want to end this way. And I had about 15 guardian angels out to me today. I had 5 or 6 close calls, but I squeezed through all of them.
Let's talk about near the end of the race. It looked like you were going to do a wall wang up there. It was reminiscent coming out of a corner of your qualifying run. How close was it?
I wasn't going to finish second. Second was not in the books today. They're either going to win or not finish at all.
Well, they say the Indianapolis Motor Speedway is a place for heroes, American heroes. And now the emblematic sip of the All-American drink. Eddie Cheever, when you started your driving career, what did Indy mean to you?
My father told me, I was raised in Italy. And my father told me that if you're going to win one race in your world, in the life, win the Indy 500. This one's for my dad.
Paul?
Eddie Cheever led 6 times for 76 laps to become the next American hero. Unofficial results of the 82nd running of the Indy 500 with Steve Knapp as the highest place rookie in the field. Buddy Lazier just couldn't pedal fast enough to catch Eddie Cheever at the end of the race. The fastest rookie, Jimmy Kite, up at 11th, followed by the senior rookie, Jack Hewitt. So the Indianapolis 500-mile race has now been run. We hope that Jim Guthrie is out of surgery and doing well. And we'll be back after this.
No two of us are the same. Everyone has their own theme music. You've got yours, and he's got his. What makes you comfortable? It all comes down to individual choice. And sometimes we even end up in the same place. The 1998 Silhouette minivan by Oldsmobile. Personal freedom, personal space, personal attention. Because no two silhouettes are alike. Michael Jordan Cologne. Available at most larger JCPenney stores.
This week at Rancho La Puerta, I will swim 310 laps. I will run 23 miles. I will live 2 hours a day. I don't think so.
At Rancho La Puerta Spa in Baja, Mexico, you can do everything. Or should your determination completely fail you, absolutely nothing. But you can't do anything with American Express. So bring your Visa card. It's everywhere you want to be.
Everybody knows that music is my life. When I approach the microphone and I prepare to sing, one thing always comes to mind. This reminds me exactly of my biggest Big Bertha. one of these, I know my drive will go on and on.
The Pep Boys Indy Racing League. And the 82nd running of the Indianapolis 500 is now history. And Eddie Cheever has won. Buddy Lazier in second. Gary Gerald?
Buddy Lazier, I know you gave it everything that was humanly possible. That last restart was the one that was so critical. Did you think you had a chance to overhaul him there?
Well, we made a pit stop right before that. We made a bunch of changes to our car, so we were hoping that we had some more for him because we were just wide open and we just didn't have enough. I used up all the settings, all the adjustments inside the cockpit, and there just wasn't any more for me this time. Next time we'll have to come back with a little more. And we gave it everything we had.
Still a race to be proud of. Great job.
Thank you very much.
Jerry?
30-year-old Steve Knapp, a rookie from 23rd to 3rd. Steve, is this the way you dreamed it would be with your first run at Indy?
I just was happy to be here, but I knew on the second lap around here that the car was just glued to the track and I could pretty much do whatever I wanted to. Miller Milling Company and Prima Donna Resorts, they were backing us here, and I wouldn't be here without them. It's been a long road. Thank you, Carl Haas, for the recommendation to Bob Hancher, everybody. I can't believe it.
He said he wanted to drive a Dayglow orange car because he saw Mario Andretti win here in '69 in Dayglow orange. He said, I wanted to be that my first ride, and look what it did for me. Paul?
Oh, it did a marvelous job, giving him a third-place finish. So Eddie Cheever now begins to enjoy winner's circle at Indianapolis.
To survive out here, there are any number of things that might prove useful. Some more important than others. To build, test, and manage business software, 4 out of 5 of the world's largest corporations rely on CompuWare. What do you need most?
I do kitchens, I do bathrooms, I do family rooms. I do not do insurance. I want to be treated like I feel I treat my clients. I want to be treated like I am their only client. Michelle Duthman treats me the same way I want to be treated. I have my cars, all of my household. I need somebody that I can get advice from. I know that when I need them the most, they're going to be there.
Get to know your State Farm agent.
It's a great relationship.
Ah, the life of a fancy pedigreed pooch. Even gets to sit in a brand new Bravada. Check it out. Compact disc and cassette player, leather trimmed seats, they're probably heated. Power windows, power everything. Been licking a silver spoon your whole life, huh?
Actually, you can expect all these features and more in the newly redesigned Oldsmobile Bravada for just $329 a month.
Wonder if you can lease this puppy.
The new Bravada. It knows the road.
He didn't want to be tied to a desk. When he started his business, he was already looking 20 years ahead. When you're 25, who takes the long view? Or finds a broker who actually asks, where do you want to be? Your business becomes your life. I know that now. He knew it then. And I have a feeling he's still looking 20 years ahead. How's he doing it?
More research, insight, understanding. Payne Weber. Invest with more intelligence.
With 23 lead changes among 10 drivers in the 500 miles, Eddie Cheever was hit in the very first turn, had the car sideways, but he persevered, and he took the 82nd running of the Indianapolis 500. Congratulations to Eddie Cheever of Tampa, Florida. Now let's send you back to Brent Musburger in New York.
Paul, thank you very much. Good job out there at Indy. Eddie Cheever, his best previous finish, 4th back in 1992. Now coming up next on ABC Sports, we will have the final 9 holes of the JCPenney LPGA Skins game. That's next.
Promotional consideration provided by National Car Rental, the official car rental company of ABC Sports.
Tuesday, it's your body. Should you be able to do what you want with it?
Consenting adults in private places, absolutely.
Should drugs and prostitution be legal?
The government does not need to come in and tell us, just do what we say.
Sex, drugs, and consenting adults with John Stossel, an ABC News special, Tuesday at 10, 9 Central.
there was a cellular phone and a home phone. Both were used for long distance, but they were kept apart. Why should this be? Why not call 360 for cellular and home long distance? Save money on both, with both on one bill. Bundle cellular service and home long distance for $19.95 per month. Get 90